Hello everyone! Hope you're having a fantastic day. Today we're going to start off do the 7.1 quests for the Dawntrail Alliance raids. We start off the quest line at an otherworldly encounter quest. Let's go ahead and talk to Hubigo Messenger and see what shenanigans we're going to get into this time. Now, I've seen some names in the quest line, and I'm kind of confused as to why a certain name is there. So I'm thinking we might get into some like time travel shenanigans or like alternate reality kind of thing. But we'll see. An otherworldly encounter. This Hubigo Messenger is looking for a well-traveled adventurer. Let me go ahead and double check the audio because I made some changes before we started. Yeah, it sounds maybe slightly quiet. Yeah, but it's fine, whatever. Say, aren't you brilliant? That certainly saves me a lot of trouble. I was asked to find you on behalf of Milalja. Wait, Milalja was, Bakuljaja's Mr. Two-Head's father, right? Oh, okay, that's the name I saw. I was thinking it was Galuljaja on the list, and I was like, what? But Bakuljaja makes a lot more sense. Curious happenings abound in Mamuk of late, and we thought one with your worldly experience may be able to help us make sense of things. If you have the time and inclination to aid us, she awaits you in Mamuk. You'll find her west of the plaza, in the large building near the two-headed statue. Of course there's a two-headed statue there, and they worship the two heads. Okay, so I'll go ahead and teleport out here. Well, I guess actually no, I should be taking the dirigible landing if I want to save some gil. Also, why do I keep doing this? I have 128 million gil. I don't need to be saving gil like this. Okay, let's go ahead and teleport over to Mamuk. Yeah, so now that clears up a bit of the confusion I was having with why that name was there, because it was Bakuljaja, not Galuljaja. So I guess there's probably not going to be any sort of time travel shenanigans like I was thinking. Hello, Milalja. Thank you for coming. Truth be told, I was unsure if I was right to call on you, but the trouble we face now cannot be overcome with our strength alone. And of course it's raining. It all began when we found a fallen traveler in the sky-deep cenote. For a mercy, his wounds were not life-threatening. His kind is not a common sight in these lands. Tall and slender of build, with pointed ears. Oh, right. There was some Elysian boy in the, like, 7.1 promotional material, so maybe that's what this is. He has yet to awaken, but speaks in his sleep of strange things that make little sense to us. It was our hope that you might recognize something in his ramblings, or perhaps even jog his memory once he regains consciousness. Might you be willing to speak with him? I mean, if I have to. Leave it to me. Milalja, the traveler stirs. Very good. If you would be so kind as to bring him here. Okay, no, it's not the person that I saw there. I think it was 7.1 promo material, might have been 7.2. We are glad to see you awake, and in good health besides. May I ask your name, traveler? My name, I'm sorry, I can't remember. It clearly says your name is Armor-Clad Wanderer, or Traveler. It would seem the fall has affected his memory. In any case, His presence here is a complete mystery to us. His armor the only hint as to whence he came. Does anything about him strike you as out of the ordinary? Well, I've never seen any armor like this before. Unless my character is going to magically recognize it as some armor that we haven't seen in 4 expansions. Looks like your typical adventurer to me. Not much different from any other Elysian I've met, or would that be... Eldite? I don't know what this is supposed to be. Yeah, he just looks like any other adventurer to me. An adventurer? Me? Ah, of course. Gotta play the amnesia card. I remember. I'm an Elvon. An Elvon adventurer. And you're Mumblejaw. Could it be I've come to Mamook? Wait, if I'm in Mamook, then I must have been taken prisoner. No, we figured that out. Don't worry about it. To so readily believe us enemies. Perhaps he comes from a land unfamiliar with our customs, across the salt. He could be from Eorzea. I'm not sure. Maybe he came from Alexandria? Probably not. Especially if he knows Mamook. Yeah, let's go with Eorzea. We've no way to know for certain, in which case... Milalja! We gather our strongest fighters at once! What? Hello, Zivrilja? Why? What's happened? Guljaja's shade has returned. It's been sighted near Gokdrak Descent. Bucklejaja has engaged the apparition, but I fear the worst. Oh right, he's was he the proctor slash Bucklejaja's father? Right, because they would need to have a blue and a brown scale in order to have the 2-head. The valve resolves companion, from the feet of Brotherhood. From the feet of the Brotherhood. I suspect you would understand the graveness of the situation better than most. Well, yeah, I had to fight that thing. In recent days, the late Dawn Servant's shade has been seen wandering the woods of Yaktel. I have reason to believe that it was involved in a like manner to the one used in the feat. Only a privileged few of the Bunewa should be privy to the knowledge required to perform the rite. The culprit will be found in time, but we've more pressing matters at hand now. I must hurry and inform the Landsguard. Bucklejaja requires reinforcements. Well, I'll head on over. I bet Mr. Elfman's gonna help too. The Dawn Servant's shade. I fear he may not hold out until the guard assembles. Well, I mean, I'm here. I'm loath to ask such a favor. Yeah, I was gonna be like, oh, maybe you can go help him. But would you aid Bucklejaja in his battle? In this battle? I mean, you're asking me to kill things. I would gladly do so. I'm in your debt. Gokdrak Descent is to the west of here. Please go and help my son. And Mr. Elfman's just still standing there. Hey, do you get migraines like me? Guljaja? He's gonna steal the sword or something stupid. Maybe there are maybe this does have time travel shenanigans. Alright, let's head on over to the Drac Descent. What was it called? Oh, okay, all the way over there. I do find that this zone's a little bit annoying, because technically this Eekbrox is covers a bit of the west of the zone, but it really covers the upper part of the zone. No, that's not true. Mamook covers this part of the zone, as well as this area. And then, I guess Eekbrox doesn't really cover this area, but then again, you really don't need to go here very often. But let's head on over to the Drac Descent, or, again, what was it? Gawk Drac Descent, that's it. Now, I wonder, is that elf guy going to steal the guy's sword and, like, come and try and help, or what? Because he clearly thinks that he's a prisoner. Now the question is he going to do something stupid? I've been trying to get a new mouse because the middle mouse button on my previous mouse died. And I like the one that I have right now, but it's definitely going to take a little bit more getting used to. Because it is significantly lighter than the one I had before. And it's more of a claw mouse than a palm mouse. Even though I can technically palm this, even though it says online, people say that it's supposed to be fingertip or claw mouse. But, like, it's big enough that you really can palm it with the smaller hands. Okay, let's wait at the destination. Or, let's survey the destination. Gah! Ah, there they are. I say they, I mean, technically it's one person, but also technically it's two people. Pathetic. And you dare call yourselves blessed siblings? Shade of resolve, nice. Not bad. You actually prove a challenge. If you've come to help, best stay on your guard. He's not alone. Huh? Oh, right, this is the picture I saw. Or this is the person I saw. And yeah, they are in Ellison. That's why I was confused. I was like, why is their skin so shiny? I forgot. It's raining. Of course it's raining. What's this? Another monster in need of slaying? Don't worry, I'll send them packing. Here I go! Nullifying dropkick! Oh, no you don't! I could have tanked it, bro. I'm a warrior. I can't explain why, but something told me I had to be here. Aha! Not bad at all. But it'll take more than a couple of Tari to stop me. Tari? Are you daft, girl? You can speak. A shame you don't seem to have any manners. The name's Prishy. You'd do well to remember it. Do I have to? Prishy? Or is it Prish? Well, he wasn't much help. Haha, looks like I win. Oh, okay. One Taro's down, one to go. I hope you're ready. At ease, Prish. We've seen to our task. Come. Whatever you say, Ulmia. What? Ulmia, what is she talking about? Wait! Please don't go! Of course it's raining. I guess that's the entrance to the Alliance raid. I'm guessing word of the Dawn Servant's shade is what brought you here. I don't know what the girl has to do with all this, but clearly she's aligned with whomever summoned them. The way remains open, though there's no telling where it leads. Even so, they can't be allowed to return. We have a duty to protect this forest, and I'll not see it torn apart by some two-headed imposter. Let's hurry after them. Brother, watch over that one, won't you? What? Oh, there's a comma there. I thought, I swapped the comma and the period here. I said, let's hurry after them, period. Brother, watch over them. That's the opposite. I mean, bro, I gotta go with you. Prish, what happened to you? Okay, so do you have some memories here where you can explain what's going on? Yeah, because I'm a little bit lost. Also, I thought he had mounted up on a unicorn for some reason. No, it's just another player. Everything's still hazy, but I recall fighting alongside the girl. We were comrades in arms, I think. But something was clearly wrong with her. She not only mistook me for a monster, but she called her two-headed companion Ulmia. The Ulmia I knew was an Elvon woman, a far cry from the reptilian fiend we encountered. Bro, you don't just go around calling Mumblejaw reptilian. Something dark has taken hold of her, clouded her mind. I have to go and... Ugh. Yeah, because you got wrecked in the last fight. You're not going anywhere with those wounds, yes. I'll go after Prish. So yeah, I guess I'll just go with Prish instead of Prishy. Sounds better. Don't put yourself in harm's way for my sake. Thank you. Well, it's kind of my job. Also, I'm a warrior. It's not like I'm going to die or anything. I recognize that look. The eyes of a woman who's seen more than their fair share of battle. Well, that's an understatement. Despite what Prish has done, she was a dear friend to me. I'm fairly certain. Have care, friend. There's no telling what lies beyond that portal. Well, actually, an Alliance raid lies beyond that portal. Oh yeah, I forgot. This whole thing is a Final Fantasy XI reference, I think. Juno, the first walk, now accessible. So all the people in my FC were going crazy over it when it came out. I was expecting the townsfolk to be indifferent, if not hostile, when I asked for a sword and shield, but they did not hesitate to help and send me on my way. I think I've always been accustomed to such armaments, though. Once recovered, I should be glad to put them to good use at your side. Thanks. I don't really need it, though. Okay, let's go ahead and queue on up. And also, I'll try and remember to actually use food on this, because I have so many mate cookies that I should just remember to, like, I should honestly just spam them. Hopefully I can actually get some people for this. It says 15-minute wait time, though. maybe I should actually ask some. Oh, never mind. We got a big jump in. Oh, right. This might be a bit of a pain to do because I'm not doing this on release. I mean, it is the current alliance raid, though. Well, no, it's not. I think the second one is out now, but the third one isn't yet. Let me see. Had it up here. Yeah, the second one is out, but not the third one. Also, I never actually started my timer. Whoops. Let's go ahead and fix that. Oh, that's not the right button. There we go. Yeah, so I'll give this like 5 minutes, and then I'll try asking some people to join if I don't get into queue. Or, I mean, I'm in queue. Get into the instance. Of course, when you need 6 healers, yeah, you're gonna have a bad time. I mean, I guess I could just ask anyone now. So how do you spell this? G-J-E-U-N. Like, getting any healers on this would be helpful. Of course, I could play healer, but then everyone would die. As I've already explained, that healing just doesn't work in my brain. Like, maybe if I, like, did it more, it wouldn't be so overwhelming, but, like, it's just a complete different way of thinking about the fight versus, like, DPS and tank still, like, go and fight stuff. And then, like, it's not that much of a difference to switch from a DPS to a tank. You just have to prioritize keeping yourself alive with mitigation and just adding on that, and then usually they make it so that the tanks have less buttons to press and don't have as complicated of a rotation. But with healing, it's just a completely different mindset, and you have, like, barely any damaging abilities. And then you have to, like, prioritize, you know, healing. I really hope I can actually get into this, because I know this was a while ago. I went and I tried to do the Shadowbringers trials, the Shadow Worlet on stream, and I literally sat in queue for like 30 minutes, and I wasn't able to actually do them on stream. Eventually, I got some people from there were like 1 or 2 other people that wanted to do it in my FC, and so we ended up I ended up joining in on that and getting through all of them. Where's my Moogle thing? Did I accidentally? Oh, I that's right. I put it on my Linux install, but I didn't do it here. Where would that be? It's in collection, right? Yeah, there's collection. Yeah, Mogpendium. Should just leave that there. Yeah, so because I still got to do my weekly stuff. I'm gonna do custom deliveries for that one, so I don't need to worry about it. Again, it'd be really nice if I could actually get in and do this. Because I was able to do the Endwalker ones just fine, but I suspect those were a lot more popular for various reasons. Not just because of the story, but also because each one of the fights was actually, like, interesting and fun, because it was, like, the gods and the 12. And then also, like, the Agalaya, I think that was the first one, was also just playing a quick alliance raid. So, I remember when Dawntrail came out, people were like, oh yeah, just spam that to level up your jobs for a little bit, or to get some an initial XP. I actually recently changed my approach to compression on audio back to what I used to be using. Because I for a while, I changed it so that I would do the compression so that it wouldn't change the loudness. Or I would set the makeup gain so that it wouldn't, so that the compression wouldn't change the loudness. But now I've changed it back so that it would, so that the makeup gain, it just makes it so that the peak doesn't change. And actually, you can't just go in here. It's gonna, yeah, okay. I wanted to see if, wanted to see if it had like an instance in the area. Because well, there is an instance area afterwards. I think I'm gonna ask again in a minute because there's actually people talking in chat now. This is definitely one of the things that this is why I do all the dungeons with NPCs or any of the instances with NPCs if I can, just so I don't have to deal with this, because this is just a pain. And it's not like I'm a big streamer who can just get instant cues from their viewers or anything. I remember back when back in ARR when I got the, I was unlocking the extremes. And I remember I knew that you weren't supposed to queue for extremes. But I remember, I think I tried to queue for the first coil of Bahamut in Duty Finder, because I didn't know that you weren't supposed to do that. And I know I queued for Odin for like 40 minutes before I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not getting in this. Okay, let's see. Let's see if I can get somebody in here. We still got 0 healers, which is, you know, kind of expected. All right, there's one. Yeah, hopefully that will be cool. There's 2. I'll just wait just a second and see if there's somebody else that wants to join. Okay. Nice, we got at least 1 healer on this. Wait time 7 minutes. Looks a little bit better than 14 minutes. Of course, I've already been waiting for 7 minutes. Looking forward to actually being able to make more progress on MSQ soon. Because this stream, assuming that I get through whatever I can get through for this on this stream, I don't plan on splitting this up into 2 streams unless like I really need to stop, because there's a bunch of talk. There's like 3 more quests after this that were released with 7.1 that I want to get through, assuming we can even get into this fight. But so like hopefully this will be the last stream before I actually make it to 7.2 content, which I've heard that 7.2 story is much better, and they started like figuring out like what they wanted to do with the writing. Because the ending for 7.1 was like a really big what's happening kind of moment. Oh, we got 2 healers now. Actually, usually on Alliance raids, or at least the Alliance raid roulette, usually they're lacking in DPS. Although that's usually because they're just going to throw them into the Crystal Tower raids. Because that's one of the problems with doing, like, newer content. If you're not doing it right on release, there's a significantly smaller pool of people to be drawing from. So that is one thing that's a little bit annoying with this game, is that, and people have talked about this plenty, the fact that you have to get through all of the previous parts of the story in order to do the newer content really is a pretty big roadblock for a lot of people to even start the game. Then again, the people who, the people that are trying to rush to do, like, endgame content are probably not the people who are going to enjoy this game. Like, the raiding and the combat is fun, but this is a Final Fantasy game. If you're not going to play it for the story, then, like, you're missing a significant portion of, like, what the appeal. So apparently this has a 695 item level requirement, but I have looks like I have 720 because I have a couple crafted pieces that I made. I forget why I decided to make each one. I think I just wanted to use up some of my, well, that's not the crafted, yeah, ceremonial. Yeah, I made a couple of ceremonial pieces, and, you know, I still have the, weapon because I was planning on doing the, more Occult Crescent, but, like, I still haven't gotten, I've only gotten these on the Demi-Atma. So, I still have a good bit more to go on that. I'll eventually, of course I'll eventually do it because it's taking up inventory space. But, like, I haven't taken any of the time to do any fates, or I did actually go into Occult Crescent and start doing the quest line and leveling up in there. Like, I actually have this one where I need to do the specific critical encounter, but of course that critical encounter only spawns every once in a while. It's the same issue that I had with Eureka, where you had to wait until, like, the special boss spawned so that you can get the materials for your weapons. Well, we have more people here, or we have more people ready in the party than we did before, but we're still missing. The fact that we're still missing 4 healers is a bit annoying. But we've almost got enough DPS. For my mouse, the mouse that I like the most so far is, I've tried several different ones. I tried one budget Attack Shark mouse, which was good, but the skates were terrible on it. And then I also tried a Logitech G305. I forget, it's the wireless one that's really popular. That one wasn't bad, but it was a little small, and it was pretty heavy. It's like 99 grams, which is still lighter than my previous mouse, which was a Logitech G502. I think the tag on it says Proteus Core, but it's basically the same as the Hero that they sell now. I did try the G502X. I forget what it's called. This is the lighter version of it, but that just felt really weird in my hands. It's another two that I'm trying now, where is the Razer Death Adder V3 Hyperspeed, which I think is like the top, near the second, which is pretty top of the line for the Death Adder. I think there's still the Pro one, which is like $120, $140. And then I have the Razer Viper V3 Hyperspeed, which is like 89 grams, which is about the weight that which is close to a weight that I like. It's definitely lighter than the average mouse, but I still feel, especially compared to like this Death Adder, which is like 54 grams, this Viper still feels a little bit heavy. I do think the shape on it is nice though. The Death Adder shape is just a little bit narrow, and like I used it for like, I went and edited with it for like an hour, and my hand ended up cramping up from squeezing it. Yes, there we go. Let's get going with Juno, the first walk, and I guess I'll remember to eat my cookie once I get in there. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. You can do it. Do it. I said do it. Well, at least the healer's readied up. That's the most important. There we go. That'd be able to get in here. I didn't want to. Oh, that's bright. I didn't want to have to like cancel the stream or like sit here for an hour. Juno, the first walk in question mark, question mark, question mark. Well, this is an interesting place. Take my cookie, put on my stance, and get going. Goblin replica. Whoops, hitting the wrong buttons. Okay, I wanted to make sure I hit that so I can actually get my Primal Wrath proc. Didn't think she'd be so quick to trade blows.
Careful. That girl is stronger than she looks.
Oh, wait, we're already fighting her? That was fast. Also, I just realized this is the first time I've done an Alliance raid. On my new map. On my new monitor. So I need to, I'm gonna need to move the Alliance,
Here we go!
The Alliance is over. Need to look at where other people put it, because, let's see. Ready to strike. Probably shouldn't be standing there.
Wait for it!
Let's see. Is there a hint? Okay, it looks like everyone's standing there. We're probably gonna have to move in. Yeah, then we have to move in, right?
Is that all you've got? Wait
Oh, okay, I see. It's probably just the way the colors are.
Wait for it!
Nope, everyone's on the outside here. Oh, it's the number of times she does it. Got it. I'll stand here with him.
Drop kick to your fat head!
I guess all three of us can take it, and we only need two.
Altana, give me strength!
Okay, so that's gonna be like that, so do I just need to stand here like this? Oh, there's multiples.
By the light
There we go.
of the dawn! Not bad! Not bad at all! Oh, we're just getting
Maybe I should put the alliances over on the right. No, I want to be able to. I want them all to be near each other.
Wait for
Oh, I'm gonna get yeeted. Where am I supposed to get yeeted? Let's try that.
Auroral uppercut!
Oh, I did it wrong. Whoops. Yeah, I didn't see where the save area was. I also didn't count the number of times she charged up. That's interesting. Light swells. Do I need to collect the orbs? Okay, it shows which ones are gonna explode. I need to move this way. Yep.
You ready for this?
Okay, who's gonna get yeeted this time? Because it's not me. Oh, yeah, it is.
Wait for it! Wait for it!
Okay, that's 3. Let's do this.
Open your eyes!
Did I do it right this time? Yes, I did.
Man, is that all? And I was just working up an appetite. This should do it.
Let's shake it off to help everyone out.
Take this and that and one of these.
Oh, does oh right, Shake It Off eats these. I completely forgot about that. It's like not a mechanic that I ever think about.
Time to get serious.
There we go.
This wasn't how it was supposed to go.
That was fast.
I've a bone to pick with this one. But first... the only way out is forward.
Spatial Rift. I clicked on it.
A forest, huh?
Wonder if all the Final Fantasy XI nerds are having a field day with all of this.
Go. We'll look after the girl.
Oh, there's more here. Yeah, let's just double pull this.
What is that? Is some kind of Tural Vitral?
Oops. Animation log on that one. There we go, that's most of them.
On your guard. I sense something up ahead. Something big.
Yes, I'd say that's something big. Dragon's Eyrie.
A dragon? But surely it's no match for you.
Fafnir the Forgotten. Dark Matter Blast. I probably shouldn't be standing in front of that. Oh, okay, it was an AoE. Of course, they always start with an AoE. What am I doing? Also, the tail, probably shouldn't stand next to the tail there. Oh, that was more than just a tail. He's ready to land. Probably should move away. Tense Heath radiates from... Maybe probably shouldn't stand in front of him. Oh, apparently everybody's moving right there. Oh, okay. It's the edges. Offensive posture. Well, that's just offensive. Oh, that's gonna be the inside. I don't have the... Yeah, I tried to get in the Astro's bubble. Just to maybe... Oh, that's offensive posture. Very offensive. That means we need to be on the inside, right? Oh, no. Oh, offensive posture is just the attack when he does the, when he does one of the telegraphed attacks. Okay, I'll move up. You guys probably shouldn't stand on top of me here. Let's go ahead and pick everything up for them. Okay, so I was gonna move in. And I gotta move there. Oh, I got hit. Whoops. Oh, that's gonna move it. That's pretty interesting. Oh, okay, so I have to be a lot faster with that. Okay, this is a bit hectic. You gotta move in a lot faster than that. Oops. Apparently that's what happens when you step in it. Oh, that's an instant death. Okay. I didn't realize that was gonna kill me. There we go. Wait a second to let them shake it off to help everyone. And it's dead. Cool. Which way are we going? Probably to the north?
Teleportation
Wait,
magic.
is he carrying her?
Brace yourselves.
Oh yeah, he is.
Aye, so where are we now? And what are these floating ruins?
I don't know, let's ask one of the Final Fantasy XI nerds. I'm sure they'll know. I don't know what that's for, but I'm gonna need it. A roll need on it. Oh, well, it's a tattered scroll, so I suspect it's for an orchestrion. Oh, thankfully they tried, the magical range tried to use it at a good spot. Yeah, this is annoying me, but I'm like just honestly forgetting it's even there.
There's something about that big tower.
So can we keep going or no? Okay, are we gonna fly on that? Yep. Do I actually? Oh no, I just have to actually stand on it. Alright, what's this boss gonna be? I forget that they usually have 3 or 4 bosses in these. I swear it's 3.
5 of them? This should be interesting.
Oh, okay. This is 110%. I know. I've seen this before. Obviously, also it's 4 boss fights. Apparently, this is the one that I need to grab, and it looks like they're dragging them away.
You shall be burned by the rage that controls you.
Oops. Messed that up. think I need to be watching.
You shall be consumed by the cowardice that binds
Okay,
you.
TT is doing stuff. That's the other. That's one over there, right?
You shall be twisted by the envy that drives you.
I don't think I really want to get pushed back. Oh, and it still pushed me back.
Rage cleaves.
And we got such huge shields.
Cowardice dismembers.
Guillotine. Whoops, that's gonna be death. Well, I didn't die. Oh, okay, phased out.
You shall be smothered by the arrogance that consumes you.
Gotta watch and figure out. I'm like paying so much attention trying to figure out what the heck is happening here. Go ahead and use vengeance. Oh, I didn't. Like I saw that, and my brain's just like, oh, I'm just gonna ignore it. What did I get? Okay, I got some. Well, I got the legs. Actually, is that an upgrade? 720. Yes, it is.
You shall be defeated by the apathy that plagues you.
Okay, we gotta beat this so then we can beat him. That's interesting. Yeah, and then we can interrupt him.
Envy and ghosts!
Okay, so let's move right here. Should be safe. Nope, I was off by. No, I was right.
Cowardice dismembers.
Oh, we need to get this person. I'm not supposed to be doing this. I don't know what I'm doing. I think that's pretty obvious, though. Oh, getting in the inside here. That's okay.
You
That's
shall
interesting.
be consumed
Okay, I won't stand
by
on the
the
cross this
cowardice
time.
that binds you.
Okay, and then they're gonna mage LB. That's a good idea. There we go. Yeah, we got them all together. They better do that.
Companions well.
Okay, let's read that and try and need that again.
Our next destination. No doubt a warm reception awaits us.
Oh, I'm sure a very
Let's
warm
go and have a
reception.
look.
Whee!
What? Why only you?
Why only you? Alright, what's this gonna be? Well, clearly I'm not ready, sir.
Are I cannot die! Not until I have eradicated you and your kind from this world!
Guys, you're supposed to wait. Kindred Rage, Shadow Lord.
Come, mortals. Allow me to show you the depths of my hatred and your folly!
Why you gotta be such a hater, bro?
The land trembles before my might!
Oh, I guess I'll get hit by this. Oh, this looks like a fun mechanic.
Frail mortals! I will tear your flesh and crush your bones!
Start on this side. And move over. Also, I'm doing all these attacks without having, Storm's Eye. So I'm wasting a bunch of DPS. Of course, I'm also a tank, so it doesn't really matter. Yeah, I thought I should use Shake It Off there. Oops. Oh, I saw it. It was in the other hand. I got it.
Flames of hatred! Oh, how they burn! There will be naught left of man but smoke and ash!
See what everyone else is doing. Probably just standing here. Got it. Okay, then they move out. Oh yeah, I see the needles are pointing in now.
Let the fires ride and rage!
Okay, so we gotta stand here, then it'll blow us to the side. Yep.
Kneel before me!
So implosion was... Yeah, inside, and then we gotta move in, right? Oh no, oh, I forgot. Yeah, the hand. And needles are pointing in, so let's stand on the side. Oh, that was a bit close.
The darkness within me shall devour you all!
The typical black mage over on the right there. Stack marker and let everyone else take care of it.
This insult, I will scour it away with your blood. Give up your painful strivings. Give in to the darkness of oblivion.
Oblivion? Yeah, we're part of that organization.
Your funeral dirge has begun. Its mournful notes sing of your demise.
Here / 15 seconds. Do we need to LB this?
Wretched filth.
Oh no, we don't have an LB3. Okay.
Killing soil that birthed you.
This is gonna be a really big hit. Oh, that was nothing, dude. Like, what? I expected, like, 1 HP kind of deal. Giga / Nightfall. Probably shouldn't stand in there. There we go. I actually did it right that time.
Behold, as the spate of my rage quenches the candle of your trivial existence.
Oops, messed that one up. Oh, that's annoying. Okay, I gotta move over here. Oops, messed that up. This one's safe? Yes, that's safe. Okay, the big one's on its side. Good, I got it right this time. Oh, I didn't see where his was. It looks like I got it right though.
Can your vaunted justice
Anyone behind me?
brunt of
Nope.
the deepest rancor and wrath?
Alright, got a nice little B2 off. That should take out a little bit of his HP. There we go. Home away from home. Of course, that's all the Final Fantasy XI players who play 14. Also, no music. Juno, the first walk complete. Okay, let's roll on everything. Let's see, Shadow Lord card. Which I guess I can need on all these, and it'll only give it to me if I don't have it. Okay, let's calm. Where's gotta calm the healer? Oh, I bet the healer. Let's see, did I get anything? Okay, I got one of the. Okay, these are actually an upgrade, so I'll put those on. Yeah, so that's new legs. I can't do the glamour blade. I apparently need to use this somewhere. I'll figure that out later. All right, let's head on out. And I got a calm. Nice. So after this, there's like 3 more quests to get through for the 7.1 portion of this. But for now, let's see what the heck is going on. Right, so this has a triple triad fight. Its area, I think, does. Also, what? She's completely different now. Are you alright? Yes, but my pants are messed up. She's merely sleeping. It remains to be seen if she'll give us a fight when she wakes. Waking up noises. Ah, she stirs. Ah! A two-headed lizard! Trying to take a bite out of me, huh? Sure. A scrawny thing like you would barely make a snake. That's not the right response. Besides, we don't eat people. Wait, is Elvon the name, the elf race for in Final Fantasy XI? Yeah, that's probably what it is, and that's also why she looks a little bit different than a regular Elysin. Nah, they probably wouldn't go that far. If you've no quarrel with us, we've none with you. We only wish to talk. Can they really be trusted? Why are you asking me? Do I look trustworthy? I should know better than to judge people based on their appearances. It's fine. We're an intimidating specimen. I'm Prish, by the way. Nice to meet you. Right, she doesn't realize it was us that she was trying to kill earlier. Yeah, because we saw briefly through her eyes, and we were just like ravenous beasts. Today's just been full of surprises. There is so much of this we don't understand, but what we do understand is the battle is won, for now at least. What would have otherwise been a struggle proved a decisive victory against the Dawn Servant's Shade and the rest of those fiends. That is to say, thank you for your help, Brillian. Well, yes. Also, the food only just ran out. Is about to run out, so that was a solid... how long does food last for? 30 minutes? Yeah, that was a solid 30-minute raid. Anyway, let's talk to Buckle Jaja, and then we'll talk to Prish here. Hopefully, this girl can give us some answers. Hopefully, because, yeah. It all begins with a stone. Prish is almost definitely, probably certain, you are standing in Juno. What were your names again? We never gave them. I forgot to fix my pants. Brilliant and Buckle Jaja, right? I don't know where you're from, but I can tell I'd love to visit, right. Can't say I've ever seen anyone quite like you before. I guess there aren't buns in Final Fantasy XI? I don't know, I've never played it. If you're done with the small talk, would you mind explaining why you attacked us? What in the world are you talking about? Don't play the fool with us. You were spouting nonsense about us being Tari, and nearly killed a man on your rampage. Well, I don't recall fighting Tari, but I do recall fighting Tari not long ago. To right to Ulmia. Ulmia. Yeah, the other guy said he, like, knew her. A friend of hers, you say? That's all well and good, but she was dressing Jaja's shade with that name. Oh, the incantations needed to summon it are said to be based on much older magics. One capable of clouding one's mind. One capable of clouding people's minds. If our enemy is skilled enough to summon Gulul Jaja, it stands to reason that such tricks are not beyond them. Meaning, young Prish here was likely tricked into believing the Shade was this Ulmia person. So it was all an illusion then. It's starting to come back to me. There was someone who warned me that a dear friend needed my protection. He was blue, like your left head, and he gave me these bizarre weapons. Blue, like me? I usually fight with my fists, but didn't think twice to accept what they gave me. I suppose their magic is to blame. In any case, I hope the real Ulmia hasn't been dragged into this. Can you tell us anything about the one you thought was your Ulmia? Where they may be hiding, perhaps? Would that I could, but when I got here, I was all by my lonesome. Here being where, exactly? Juno, at least I think it's Juno. There was never anything like that there, but there was never anything like that here before. It's mostly empty, but there are a few people lingering about. If you know where to look, maybe they can tell us something. Time to question the locals. Go with Prish. Go with Prish, and see what you can learn of this place and the whereabouts of that shade. We will remain here and keep watch on this rift. Sounds good to me. Maybe I can finally get this triple triad card. I've been seeing it in my list of NPCs that I need to beat. But I doubt it's there yet. Yeah, it's probably not there for until I finish up these quests. Also, no, it's Winders, not Juno. I don't remember which branch is Juno, but all of the branches in this FC have Final Fantasy XI names. Well, also Juno is one of the servers on Aether. Although, I mean, Juno's a name they've used in other Final Fantasy games as well. I think they've used it. You think they used it in 7? I don't know. I've only actually played this one and a tiny bit of 6. Maybe it was 5. I don't remember. It's the one in the English releases. Anyway, let's talk to Bakudaja and then Prish. I sense something foul on the winds here. The sooner we leave this place, the better. Right then, let's have a look around. Oh, and we should probably stop by Ten Shodo as well. It's in the back of Neptune's Spire, across the way from the fountain. Alright, now she's following me. Let's go ahead and check on this Elthon adventurer. Oh, good. I was hoping to run into you two. What? I don't wish to be overly forward, but why were you speaking with that mumble jaw earlier? Most importantly, what is it doing here? They would never dare to venture beyond the shores of... Insert Final Fantasy XI name here. Unless, my gods, has Guljaja laid siege to what, huh? Is Juno next to excuse me? What the heck is going on? Also, these robes look a lot like the elemental armor, the magical elemental armor in Eureka. Or I think they do. I don't know anything about sieges or invasions, but that Mumblejaw over there is a friend of mine. There ain't nothing to worry about. The poor man's probably more confused than we are about all this. Well, that's an interesting revelation. Let's go ahead and do this talking point here. Discuss the shuttered windows. Well, they just said there's something about a siege, so... Adventurers gather from all corners of the world to buy and sell their spoils here. The taxes are a pain, but it's worth it for the wide selection. Just between you and me, though, I've heard you can cut a good deal with merchants peddling their wares just outside of town. Again, this is probably some big Final Fantasy XI reference. But why is it closed? The auction house never closes. Maybe they're waiting for things to return back to normal here. Whenever they reopen, I suggest you stop by. Who knows? You may get lucky and find something way below market price. Well, that's what you got TSM for. Wait, that's wrong game. Hello, Hume adventurer. You're new to Juno, aren't you? I can tell by the way you were taking in the sights. The city was built upon Heaven's Bridge, connecting the two great continents of Quan and Midar-Ita. You'll find there's an upper and lower level, a port, and an administrative plaza of Rue La Lude Gardens. At least you would have before. All ways in and out of Lower Juno appear to be blocked or cut off. The situation here is worse than I thought. Well, it sounded like they were under siege, so... I have to say, yeah, it's probably pretty bad. Okay, let's go ahead and check on this token exchange. I know I have a token sitting here. First movement. Oh, okay, so that means I need to run this a million times so that I can... Oh, that's actually nice. Because they probably had a bunch of songs that they wanted to do. But then they were like, oh, okay, we don't want you to have to run it a million times. Except I also just realized I only got one and they only had like 2 of them drop, so you still got to run it a million times. Anyway, I'll just go ahead and grab this one while I'm here and collect it. I'm gonna maybe try and run these more times eventually, but whatever. I guess this is closer, and there's 2 things there, so let's do these 2 first. Okay, some lore here. This isn't meant to be a dungeon entrance, but in World of Warcraft, even in current new dungeons, they still have this feature in a lot of the different rooms or at entrances. And there's 2 reasons for that. Well, one of the reasons is it's a holdover from EverQuest, where you wouldn't lose aggro from range. So you would go in the right, I think you would go in the right, and then you would come out the left, and then the next party that was going to go in the dungeon would pick up the aggro and then run through it on the right side. It's something like that. And then the other thing is for loading areas. Because you can't see that in the case of like Stormwind, they have a feature kind of like this, where you have to run around a corner to get to the next area. In the original game, it would just unload Stormwind, and you wouldn't know because the wall's in the way. Whereas now they probably don't, because you can just fly right over and they have more seamless transitions. Also, okay, I thought that was actually like a fox person. I'm like, did they add that? Can't say I've seen your sort around here before. Where are you from, stranger? I forgot to fix I need to fix my pants. Keep forgetting. Gridania. Oh, yeah, this changes depending on where you actually started your class. Since I started as a Lancer, I started in Gridania. Can't say I've heard of it. Most folks passing through hail from Sundroria, Bastuk, or Winders. There we go, Winders. That's the name of my FC. Considering the present state of Juno, though, seems strange is becoming a common occurrence. I'd be lying if I said I'd heard of your homeland either, but that's not important now. At times like this, we need to know who can be trusted. Well, you can trust me, that's for sure. Discuss the barred door. What? Why is this blocked off? There's supposed to be stairs here leading to the residential area. I swear, things get stranger here by the minute. Okay, let me change my pants, because I'm going to keep on forgetting that, and it's going to keep on annoying me. Okay. Let's go ahead and head on over and talk to the last person. Do I need to go up these steps? Probably? No, it looks like this door opens. Yes, it does. Entrance to Ten Shodo. Right, that's where she said we needed to go. Interacting. You press against the door, but it refuses to budge. Well, that's because you got this little thing in front of it. Won't open. Then I guess we won't be meeting Aldo. He's head of the Ten Shodo. So Ten Shodo, I believe, are the Lala fellow race. I know that one from 11. When the world's in danger, he's always there to lend me a hand. Reminds me of my friends, the Scions. Or is Ten Shodo just a group? Yeah, I might be wrong. Anyway, I should probably have looked up some of this stuff before we started this, but whatever. A shame I can't meet him. I'm sure you two would have gotten along famously. Unfortunately, we're on our own here. Whatever's happening here, these people are just as bewildered as we are. We should go back and find Buckle Jaja. See if he's noticed anything. Well, he's got 4 eyes on the case, so... And anyway, don't they say 2 heads are better than 1? Or at least that's what they say in Momok. Or they used to say in Momok. Alright, Buckle Jaja, you see anything weird? I know you've been watching this very intently. Returned at last. What with answers, I hope. Yeah, no, not really. So we're truly in this Juno, as she says. Oh, that was Mystic, not Mighty. But I've traveled all over Troll. I never heard of a Juno or Sandroria, or any of those other places. What in Ultim's name What in Altana's name is Troll? I thought all of you mumbled Jaw are from Auragia. Auragia. Ah, there you are. Prish, you are all right. And she has you to thank, I'm sure. Thanks for carrying, I guess, and who are you exactly? I thought he was a friend of yours. He's the one who asked me to go and look for you. I appreciate the concern, but I've never seen him before in my life. How can you say such a thing? I mean, you do look like the sort I might know, but I'm drawing a blank. What was the name, Mr.? Yeah, we haven't actually gotten his name. My name is... You must be the one they found wounded in the Skydeep cenote. Well, we have to call you something. How about Alexol? Sure. Make a bond in the Mumble-Jaw tongue. Though it may be closer to adventure in Beryllian's Eorzean. Nicely chosen, brother. It does have a nice ring to it. Exol, then. Is it supposed to be Alzol? Alzol it is. So where are we exactly? Juno, or at least a close approximation. Surely you remember this place, don't you? It does feel familiar. What's so special about this place anyway? And where did that damn shade get off to? Bah, none of this makes any sense. Well, that's why you're not the thinking brother. That's why you're the mighty and not the mystic. My, what a vexing predicament. A familiar voice? Why is the simp here? Hey, that's the one that put me under a spell. Of course it's the simp. Did he not die? I mean, Zeraljaw killed him, but we don't actually know if he died. So the Bunewa sycophant yet lives. What are you doing here? As you found me in a generous mood, I thought I might enlighten you as to the nature of this place. That is why you've come, isn't it? Not really. Came here for the Alliance raid. The young lady is correct. This is the Grand Duchy of Juno. So we really are in Juno, and yet something about it feels so off. I never said this is the real one. It is an imitation, rather convincing one, I might add, which I created based on visions of another world. You built this? That I did. While you and yours were holding the Dawn Servant's coronation, Zeraljaw and I ventured to the gate of the Golden City. Everything was proceeding as planned. The gate's key was in our possession, the power to reshape the world within our grasp, or so I thought. Then he killed him. In the eyes of the resilient sun, I was but a useless tool to be cast aside. By all rights, I should have died when he struck me down, but the writers decided to keep me in the story because they felt like it. But once the chamber was empty, the gate still open, I saw my chance. What I found when I dragged myself across the threshold was an emptiness, a space beyond time. It was there, in the dark expanse, I beheld another world. I bet all the Final Fantasy XI players are freaked out when they saw these pictures. The world was called Vana'diel. You know what? I need to double check and make sure this is actually Final Fantasy XI stuff and I'm not making a fool of myself. Yes, 11. Okay, good. All NPC names are displayed in English regardless of what client language is set to. This is a nod to Final Fantasy XI, where NPC names are displayed in a similar fashion. Interesting. Okay, yeah. I'm sure all of the Final Fantasy XI players were freaking out when they saw this stuff. Yeah, Vana'diel, is that the name of the 11 world? Yes, that's the name of the 11 world. Okay, now I'll continue. What a load of rubbish! As if anyone would believe that everything and everyone here is little more than one of your toys. Maybe you should listen to him. As much as I don't like saying that. The cube. Was it all electro? No, that wouldn't make sense. He turned to stone. As I said, everything you see is my creation. Much like we fashioned a platform of Guljaja for the feet of the Brotherhood, I was able to use our ceremonial tools to breathe life into my visions of Vana'diel. Under normal circumstances, my conjurings only have the strength enough for a brief clash. That stone, however, my magics are capable of so much more. Isn't that what Saralja used to build his army? Oh, okay, it is Electrobe. Okay, because I recognize the cube looked a lot like what Wicked Thunder had. Electrobe, you say? If you know its name, then I trust you also know these stones are possessed of immense power. Power enough for my creations to persist for as long as I please. Fortunate, then, that world between worlds was filled with structures made from electrope, more than I could ever hope. Wait, if everything we see here, everything we believed was from Vana'diel, is of your making, then am I... Gods, that would mean I am as well. You, yes, well, a trivial thread in the tapestry of my grand designs. Grand designs, yes, like getting killed by the person you're simping for. And what a wondrous weave it will be, made possible by endless possibilities gleaned in the walk of echoes. The memories buried there, those remnants of echoes, will shape my dreams into reality. I once believed that dream lay in the resilient sun. That bastard is dead to me. By my hand, Thrall will have the greatest ruler the world has ever known. I've made an admirable start, but my work is far from finished. Very soon, I'll draw upon the echoes once more to summon the greatest beings of Vanadiel, and their strength will be made one with this magnificent shade. The reason and resolve which built the nation of Tuliolal, matched with the uncompromising tyranny that commanded the mumbled jaw of that world. It'd be really funny if it was the raid boss that took 20 hours to beat. It was something ridiculous like that. Or was that in 11? I think that was in 11. Where there was some insane boss where, like, literally you had to do a fight for, like, something insane like 10 hours in order to beat it. Like, it was literally where, like, people were passing out from trying to beat the raid. They'll never get away with this. I'll make sure of it. I won't let you sully the memories of the Vanadiel. It's still around, bro. You can go sign up for membership if you want. I mean, it's not the old version. By the way, Final Fantasy XI came out before World of Warcraft. If you won't listen to reason, then maybe you'll listen to my fists. Yeah, I'll make sure of it. My fist sounds too cheesy. Also, I use an axe. That's the spirit. My preparations will take time, of course. But when I am ready, you can be certain I will call upon you to bear witness to my greatness. Surreal Jaw, wait! Well, unfortunately, Surreal Jaw returned. Alright, let's talk to everyone and then buckle Jaja, and then I think we got one more quest to do. ... Very descriptive. Prish? ... question mark. Damn it all. Just when I thought things couldn't become more complicated. Making sense of Alexandria was trouble enough. But now we have this Vanadiel to deal with as well. I can only imagine how Prish and Alzal must be feeling. What do you do when your very existence is called into question? I don't know. Let's find out in the next quest. Okay, let me double check. The next quest is... It all began with the stone. No, that's the one we just did. Okay, the world was called Vanadiel, and then Juno. Okay, so we got 2 more quests to do. Okay. Let's go ahead and talk. Check on Prish again. Nope, ... First he served that tyrant Zeralja, and now he would dare usurp the throne for his pale imitation of the Dawn Servant. Sniveling wretch. Okay, let me go ahead and do the materia here, just so I don't forget it. Alright, let's go back to Alzal and start the next quest. That world was called Vanadiel. Alzal regards Prish with a pained look in his eyes. Try as I might, I can recall nothing of my past to refute Surreal Jaw's claims. Prish, on the other hand, seems to know everything of her past and who she is. Yet to be told the memories of her life are not your own, I can only imagine how she must feel. Now is not the time to be disheartened. At least, not here anyway. I wouldn't trust anything made by Surreal Jaw to be safe for long. Or to remain functional. Let's return to Mamook while we still can. My mother will want to know of what we've seen here. Alright. Let's head on out to Mamook. And let Buggle Jaja's mother know about all this. You know, he needs to do status updates with his mom, or else she gets worried. All right, she's over here. Is she gonna be in the big build? Still be in the big building? Looks like it. And there they are. Let's go and talk to everyone, and then buckle Jaja. ... Are you gonna say anything else, Prish? Now that we've returned, I can see now this isn't the Mamook that I know. I'm glad to see you and Buckle Jaja returned safely, and you've brought a new guest. Yes, I have. There you are. There you are. I thought you should be the one to explain what happened out there in Yaktel. Yeah, so we, like, went to another world, and, like, yeah, that's kind of par for the course for me. Not simply from another territory, but another world entirely. That explains much of the initial confusion between us. My apologies for any trouble I may have caused, and thank you for taking me in. Different worlds, and yet we seem to have so much in common. I cannot help but wonder what it is that links the two together. But indeed, you mistook us for the mumbled jaw you have in your Vanitiel. When we first met, may I ask what they are like? Nothing at all like you and yours, even if they do bear a striking resemblance. There was a time when all the people of Vanitiel, the mumbled jaw included, knew peace. But a tyrant possessed of a terrible power claimed rulership over the mumbled jaw and turned them against us. Before we realized it, we were at war. A tale similar to ours, in a way. The rare few of us born with two heads grow to be immensely powerful. That power was used to justify our preeminence over all others. But that is not who we are anymore. We can be better than our forebears. We will be better. All of our work will be for nothing if Sir Royal Jaw succeeds in seizing the throne. Well, you'll not want for aid in stopping him, I promise you that. Oh, keen to lend a hand, are you? I don't know who I am to know the right things to do. I don't need to know who I am to know the right thing to do. My blade is yours. On my honor as an adventurer of Vanadiel, we will put an end to Surreal Jaw's schemes. If she were here, I'm sure she'd have done the same. Right then. We can worry about whether or not I'm real another day. I'm not going to stand around and let Surreal Jaw piss all over the memories of my home. So you can count me in too. Don't think you can forget about us. This is all started in Yaktel, and we have a duty to keep our forests safe. Surreal Jaw left us without a trail to follow, but it's only a matter of time before he reveals himself to challenge Brilliant once more. If you're to be ready, I think it's prudent the two of you learn more of our world. An excellent idea, brother. We should start with Tuliolol and see to our preparations while we're there. Oh, so are we just going to give them a guided tour for these next two quests? That'd be kind of boring. If you would meet us at the dirigible landing, we will see Prish and Alzal to Tuliolol. Yeah, what the heck is this quest going to be? Yeah, whatever, we'll see. I know there's at least one quest after this, because the next one's called... Is the next one called Juno? Yeah, that's the last one for 7.1. I have no doubt Alzal and Prish will be safe at your side. Oh, but not your son's side. But do make sure Bako Jaja doesn't overexert himself. Yeah, okay, typical mother. Alright, let's go ahead and teleport up to Eekbrox. And then we'll fly on over to the dirigible. Okay, up to the northeast. I actually got east and west correct this time. So obviously this would be a lot more interesting if I actually knew any Final Fantasy XI lore. Or like much about the game at all. Because like even when I did like Omega, I knew who Kefka was. So like, where are they? Oh, they're in Tuliolol, okay. I thought they said that they were going to the dirigible and we'd meet them there. Okay, there they are. Or, they're not. Let's wait at the destination then. Waiting. Like, 'cause like, I know stuff from pretty much every other Final Fantasy game. That's not true. I know 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, I think 12. I forget, is 12 Fran or 13? No, 12 is Fran, 13 is Lightning or whatever her name is. Because I think she's got 2 names. Obviously, I know 14. I know 15 and 16. So, like, literally 11's the only one that I don't know much from. Those balloon-powered airships are really something. I didn't expect the flight to be so smooth. So this is Tuliolol. Looks like a big Final Fantasy XI reference to me. Before I forget, I couldn't help but notice how much you seem to know about me. Is there anything else you remember? I'm afraid I don't. And as you don't recognize me either, perhaps we weren't acquaintances after all. What I know of you was likely overheard in a tavern somewhere. Patrons sharing stories of your famed exploits. I see. Well, I'll leave it at that then. He's lying. Now, where to begin? Brother, would it not be wise to first apprise the Landsguard of what's happening? Or would you prefer another stern lecture from the Vow of Reason? Ugh, I'd sooner rip off our tail. Fine. Brilliant, could you do it for us instead? Could you keep them occupied while we see to the Landsguard? Maybe take them to eat or something. Oh, okay, so, Auntie's tacos or, Zabali of Thai? Ah, I know. Take to that Aunt T's to sample their tacos. Here, for that first meal of yours we spoiled. Oh, right. I forgot about that. He stepped on our tacos at the very beginning of the story. And he knocked us down and knocked our tacos away. Except those were from, Zabali of Thai, not Aunt T's. I think. And it's just so we're clear. We're not expecting to earn your forgiveness. Well, yeah, I'm not giving you your forgiveness if you're gonna destroy my food. No amount of good deeds will ever undo our past, but there's always time to build a better future. Is he gonna show the flashback of the tacos? Nope. Okay. When you get there, tell her we sent you. She'll see that you're taken care of. What? Apparently... Alright, Aunt T is, Mamalja, if I recall correctly. So we met her in the, Watch Your Makey delivery quest lines. I think it was in the Blacksmith and Armorer one, because we needed to make some taco presses. I hoped she might remember me, but she doesn't even seem to know me. Gods, who am I? Aunt T's tacos, eh? Let me guess. They serve tacos. Good job, Prish! Oh, I can hardly wait! I eat tacos all the time back home. Though I suppose it wouldn't hurt to take a more scenic route. Maybe something along the way will help jog Alzal's memory. Alright, let's get walking. Let's see, where should we go? Okay, there's a talking point over there, so I won't just teleport on over there. So I'll hit this talking point. I guess we'll just run to that talking point. I don't really see a more efficient way to do this, which is a little annoying. I guess we're going to show them the alpacas. Alright, you two, these are the alpacas. Oh, they're quite smelly, yes. Discuss alpacas. What in Altana's name is that? Do people actually ride those things? Yes. Chocobos are the only beast I've ever seen used for riding in Vanadiel. If they have any, I'd sure like to see them. Well, that's across the ocean, or across the salt. Those creatures remind me of the Chocobos in Vanadiel. To say we adventurers found them indispensable would be no exaggeration. From shore to shore, they were our faithful companions wheresoever the roads might lead us. Okay, so let's run over to the next one, which is all the way over there. Let's walk through the history lesson, or where we got that history lesson. Looks like someone's getting theirs right now. Either that or it's, there's a post-expansion cutscene right there. You know, it still gets me that every single time I see a bunch of players around and knowing that they're like real people, probably, still gets me. Like, just the idea that there's a game like this where a bunch of people can just literally walk around and hang out is really cool in my head. And then, like, you got places like the metaverse trying to be like, oh, we're hip and with it, and like, no, not hip and with it. We're doing some revolutionary thing. It's like, bro, people have been doing this since like the early 2000s. What are you talking about? Discuss Gorn E Truk, Gleamsands. That's right, wasn't that the beach? I cannot say why, but I've remembered something looking out at the sand dunes. There was a man out on the docks who claimed he could teach me a new battle arts, but he would only agree on the condition that I retrieve for him a damn... Okay, this is probably some reference to some awful quest that's renowned, but again, I don't know anything about 11. An apron and a magic skull. I don't suppose you've met anyone on your travels who's made such queer requests. My home is surrounded by ocean too, you know. It has the most beautiful views. It has the most beautiful views on a clear day. Not without the occasional monster, though. It's nice being able to walk around like this without your guard up all the time. Maybe you should have your guard up. Okay, next one's in the markets over here. I forget what they call them. Bayside Bevy, that's what it's called. They're going to talk about the auction house again? Well, I guess the market board's on the other side over there, so probably not. Discuss Bayside Bevy. So these are the markets of Tuliolol. There's so many stands. I wouldn't know where to begin. It's enough to make my head spin. Some fruit would sure hit the spot right now. No, Prish, remember, you're about to eat tacos. Yes. I happened to spy a few goblins on the way to the market. No, they are moblins. I remember them living in the major cities of Vanadiel as well. Of course, there are no shortage of unscrupulous sorts living in the wilds as well. They would gather in droves and give chase to adventurers, forcing anyone and everyone to retreat back to the safety of town. Sir, they are moblins, and they were making very clear, telling you that they are moblins. Alright, there's Aunt T's. Let's go ahead and get some tacos. Okay. Dr. Prish? Yeah, there's T Solja. That's her. That's Aunt T. This is the place, right? I can smell the savory meat already. And you must be Aunt T. Buckle Jaja recommended we sample your tacos. So, we'll have 3 of your finest, please. Buckle Jaja sent you, did he? Take a seat, and I'll be right over with a tray of our world-famous fare. you know, world famous, which just means that they're not heard of outside of Tuliolol. Tacos at long last. Oh, how I've waited for this moment. I thought nothing could match the rich flavor of our tacos back home, but the spicy seasoning of this meat is something else. Eat as many as you like. No. The meal's on Boggle Jaja, so don't hold back. Prish has taken the lead, but we won't be outdone, surely. Yeah. Definitely. That's why I always forget to eat food before combat. Phew, I couldn't eat another bite. Thanks for treating us. I'm not paying. It was almost like a taste of home. Tav Nazia. Seeing as we still have a little extra time to ourselves. Seeing as we have a little extra time to ourselves, care to hear more about Vanadale? Not really. Again, all the Final Fantasy XI nerds are probably freaking out whenever they see these pictures. 20 years ago. 20? 2006? Okay, which expansion was that? I gotta look it up. Yeah, okay, so that would have been 2006. So, let's see. Plot. No, that's not. Expansions and add-ons. So that would have been Treasures of Ot Urgon, or Hidden Treasure of Utgard. Okay. Wound up with all 3 expansions. Release date. Putting 3 new jobs: Puppet Master, Corsair, and Blue Mage. Expansion's final update in fall 2007. Players the rank of Captain. Okay, so 20 years ago, the land was gripped by a terrible conflict, the Crystal War, they called it. And it wasn't long before my home, Tava Nazia, was drawn into struggle. Is that correct? No, probably not. I guess it's not. I guess they're not doing it like that. That would have been pretty funny, though. So do any of these make sense for this? Or is this just not actually one of the expansions? Anyway, that would have been cool if it was, though. During their assault on the peninsula, the Beastmen launched a weapon so powerful it sundered the land, connecting us to the mainland. Those who survived fled on the Tavnazian safehold. It wasn't much, but we were able to piece together a modest living down in those caves. Sorry, I'm spoiling the mood, aren't I? You're an adventurer too, aren't you? Have any tales of daring you can share with us? So there's this thing that when I went to the edge of the universe to fight hopelessness incarnate and rode on the back of a dragon who was my arch nemesis who had transformed into a dragon, and we defeated it with the power of friendship and love and hope. Wow, that sounds kind of cringe, don't you? It was hype as hell, man. Traveling to other worlds and saving this one from the very embodiment of despair. Wait, really? You're not just an adventurer, you're a goddamn living legend! Yeah. I'm glad somebody realizes that. A hero. A living legend. It'd be really funny if he's like some big hero. Sorry for the wait. Oh, is he, going to end up being that person that we couldn't meet when we were in Juno? That was supposed to be in that room? Sorry for the wait. There was much to apprise of the Landsguard of, as you well know. That Surreal Jaw was behind the stolen relics and the sighting of Gulul Jaja was understandably difficult for them to hear. But yeah, because the writers had written Surreal Jaw had died and then he somehow returned. And yet, there are others enticed by the rumors of a strange portal in the woods. I've heard some foolhardy treasure seekers have gone off looking for it. Definitely wasn't me with my maps. A dangerous thought, knowing Surreal Jaw could show up at any time with more of those echoes. Which is why I'm going back to Juno, to make sure our people stay out of there. If you're going, then so are we. It beats sitting around waiting. Alright, is that going to be the end of this quest? Yeah, okay. Let's go and talk to everyone and wrap this one up, and then there's one more quest after that. After this. I'm fairly sure I've had Tavnazian tacos before. They were famous for their hardiness and helped stave off fatigue. Perfect for those who often found themselves on the defensive in battle. Okay, so it was tank food. Okay. Maybe we should bring Wukul the Mott and that other friend of yours. Kryl, was it? Why would he ask for Kryl? Oh, because of the echo? Oh no, because I think Kryl is some sort of Final Fantasy XI reference. I forget. I think Kryl was in like, there's some reference with Kryl. Maybe not. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. Oh, that's close enough. Yeah, I think something about her has some reference to another Final Fantasy game. I forget. Her robe is based on her Final Fantasy V namesake's White Mage appearance. Okay, so she actually has her namesake. Okay, got it. Yeah, okay, so her character's her name is a Final Fantasy V reference, not 11. That makes more sense. Gods, those tacos were bloody brilliant. There's nothing better than good food and good company to pass the time. Yeah, like a living legend like me. Alright, let's go and talk to Prish and then Buckle Jaja. As soon as Buckle Jaja gives the word, we'll be off. Juno. We got the cube there. The Grand Duchy of Juno Orchestrion Scroll. Buckle Jaja is ready to return to Juno. Would that we had time to show you more of Tuliolol, but we can't afford to have anyone wandering about in Juno. Then let us make haste to Yaktel. Oop, I guess it'd be faster to go this way. Oh yeah, there's Ropley. I accidentally said his name earlier in the stream. So I called somebody Ropley. Alright, so we gotta head back to Yaktel. Yeah. Okay, let's take the dirigible and do the shortcut like we did. Actually, I guess that's not really that much of a shortcut, considering I still have to fly down to the bottom left corner. I guess this actually is slightly closer than... Oh yeah, I mean, it's closer than going to Momuk. It's not that much closer than going from Eekbrox. Yeah, because actually Eekbrox would have been slightly closer. Regardless, we still gotta fly on over here. And then, I guess let's head on over. I don't know how long this quest is going to be. Let me go ahead and double check. I'm 99.9% sure this is still 7.1. Yeah. I mean, it makes sense that it is. Okay, it looks like this one still has this actually has a little bit to do. And I need to actually pay attention to where I'm going. There we go. I was all tapped out to try and make sure that we were actually doing this. I don't know what angle down I need to be going, but it looks like I need to be a little bit sharper descent. Okay, looks like I didn't need to go that sharp. And I need to actually go up a tiny bit. Oh, no, I don't. There we go. Alright, let's talk to them and then Alzal. The sooner we clear this place out, the better. But we're not killing everyone. It's hard to blame anyone for wanting to take a peek inside. I know I certainly would. Well, you're just different, Prish. I should really look up how to say her name. Hold on. Because it might just actually be Prishy. Yeah, Prish is... Let's see. Yeah, so she's actually from 11. Yeah, it looks like main character in a certain story. Which is one of the expansions. Okay, 2004 is the second expansion. Okay, so this is probably a reference to the second expansion specifically. And how do you say her name? Where is this? Also, yeah, Elvon is the name of the race. Yeah, okay, I'm not gonna read the story. Yeah, I don't know how to pronounce this. Okay, whatever. Let's just continue. I can only speak for myself, but the idea of running headlong through a mysterious rift to gods know where in search of treasure seems absurd. Troll has no shortage of legends like the City of Gold to inspire would-be treasure seekers. No risk is too great if they believe their dreams can be realized. Efforts better spent on a more honest living, I'd say. Yeah. Walking the noble path like you, brother. In any case, whoever we find in there, we have to get them out quickly. Wait, so there are actually people in there? We're gonna have to go and, like, clear them out? Okay, oh, well, let's do that then, I guess. Okay, let's talk to Alzal first. I realize how preposterous it seems, but none of this is real. Momeljaw by the name of Surrealjaw created this place. Yeah, they're not gonna believe that. Right, Prish? And what if one of those weird shadow things decides to gobble you up? Well, we call that a skill issue. The city's not at all what it should be. What I wouldn't give for a drink. Okay, well, actually, this was an adventurer here that we just didn't talk to. Yeah, let's talk to the Tanawata thief. Excuse me? Here's Boggle Daja. We don't mean to threaten you, but you need to leave at once. This place is more dangerous than it looks. How about you, Head Sorrow Explorer? Never seen a city like this in Troll before. Dangerous, you say? Perhaps I should hold off on surveying further then. What a shame. I happened upon a rather curious stone. I hoped to take it with me, but it was stolen by some Tanawata brute. Okay, that's probably the thief that we talked to. But knowing the value of that stone, I can't say it's worth giving chase. but he ran off to the south if you mean to go after him. I'll be leaving now. If it's truly as dangerous as you say, I hope you'll be leaving soon as well. I'll finish as soon as I leave this quest. After I finish this quest. Also, apparently it's not the Tanawata thief. Who are we talking to next? Are they around the corner here? Oh no, they're in this building. Apparently you can go in it. Oh, there we go. Zabral, thief. When I jumped through that rift, I was expecting a dungeon, or maybe a labyrinth, not whatever all this is. Well, you should probably just leave then. It's dangerous and I need to leave? Don't make me laugh. Not long ago, I heard someone crowing in the streets about some rare stone they found. Something like that could be worth a fortune. I'm not going anywhere if there's riches just lying around for the taking. Well, it's your life, bro. Okay, there's the thief. You came looking for some fancy trinkets too. Well, feast your eyes on this. The cube. We spoke with anyone who would listen, though a few were too stubborn to heed our warnings. A block of raw electrope, but how? I take it you're the one who found this. I'm sorry, but we can't let you leave with that stone. It's too dangerous. You expect me to just hand it over? No. Bah, this isn't Tuliolol. You have no authority here. I found it and I'm keeping it. Well, you're not going to be keeping your life soon if you keep doing that. This is for your own good. Put the stone down and walk away, or else. Careful, brother. Lay a hand on him, and the Veil of Resolve will never let us hear the end of it. Ugh. We're already in debt to her as it is. Oops. That would certainly save me the trouble of finding a suitable buyer, but don't expect me to let it go for cheap. Who dis? We couldn't help but overhear you're selling an artifact found in these ruins. Whatever this gentleman's willing to pay, I assure you I can pay more. Great, just what we needed. What are we supposed to do now? What do you suppose we do now? Explaining the circumstances surrounding this place would likely take more time than we can afford. Ah, the auction house. Ah, of course. Why not hold an auction for the stone? An auction? That would certainly simplify matters. It would save you the trouble of bargaining with all interested parties separately, and incentivizes them to pay you handsomely, lest they be outbid. Fine by me, but I'll only be accepting payment in gil. This money'll be taking me overseas, where I can finally live the life I've always wanted to. You know, can't I rough him up? Well, this is gonna be annoying. Let's hold this auction already and get it over with. I'm guessing Alzal was inspired by the nearby auction house. Still, that was quick thinking. An auction should hopefully make things easier for Buckle Jaja, assuming he can outbid his competition, of course. I'll offer up every last gil to my name. If I have to, that stone will be mine. My work has been turning a tiny profit these days, so I've coin to spare. Alright, let's hold that auction. Following engine cannot be skipped. You know the cancel pending. Do you find a return? Yes. Okay. Begin the quest event? Yes. The auction. If I may have your opening bids. 1,000 gil. Can you handle the bidding? We don't have much experience with auctions, and you think I do? They have a market board, not an auction house. But we do have the coin you can use. Around 1 million gils saved up from our work with the Landsguard. Hopefully that will be enough. Upon speaking with the thief, the auction will begin. You may also first speak with the other prospective buyers to receive hints regarding their potential bids. Oh, is this a blind auction? Okay, let's go ahead and talk to everyone then. We have 1 million gil all told, but I'm trusting you won't need to spend all of it. Well, 1 million, let's go. Damn, I wish I had money to join in. Seems like fun. Well, it's imperative that we cover the it's imperative that we recover the electrope. It wouldn't do to show your hand too early. Better to be conservative with your bids, staying just ahead of the competition. 1 million gil, yes. I've no time for the back and forth of this bargaining nonsense. All I need is one bid to win that stone. Foreign merchants relieved me of my stock a few moons past, and it's a good thing they did. 1,500,000 gil, and I was forced to spend half of it on preparation for this expedition. Okay, so I need to do 750,000, right? No, it's 15. 1.5 divided by 2 is 7.5. Yeah, so 750,000 gil is what he has. So, what's your offer? Place your bid? Yes. Auction has begun. Outbid the competition for electrope while conserving your capital. Well, the other guy's got 750,000. Right then, how much will you start with? Do I actually have to type in a number? 100,000 gil. 500,000 gil. Nope, just 500,000 should be more than enough. A bold opening bid, but I'm willing to bet that's all you have. 560,000 gil. Half my savings gone. Surely you're close to conceding, right? 600,000. Nope, definitely don't do 1 million. 600,000? How was anyone meant to compete with that? Now he can still bid. One out of the running. Good. Then I'll bid 700,000. He has 750 or so. Yeah, only 2 left now. But I don't think he'll give up without a fight. 710? Yeah, let's just do 710. Shit. Well, I've gone too far to back down now. 720,000 gil. One more and he'll be out. Bracing your bid by such a narrow margin, someone's reached their limit. Alright, 730,000. Yep, there we go. I think that was the minimum. Finally, it's over. You have a knack for business dealings, brilliant. Well, my 128 million gil in my pocket. What do you mean you had 128 million gil in your pocket this whole time? Maybe you were a merchant in another life. No, it's this life. And in World of Warcraft. And in RuneScape. And pretty much any game I play. This looks to be all of it. The stone is yours. Alright, that went according to plan. For once, usually I get those wrong. This was more expensive than I would have liked, but nothing a few hunt bills can't make up for. Don't you just get a couple nutsacks from those? As fun as that looked, I'm sure I would have made a mess of things if it were me. I tend to get a little carried away under pressure. Well done, friend. Now, let's have a look at that electrope. It looked green, although maybe, I guess it is purple. You know, with its like 10 by 10 pixel texture. Gah, this presence. It feels familiar. The Shadow Lord. Yeah, that was the final boss of the Lions Raid. There's no mistaking that deep and bitter malice. This stone must have served as the heart of the Shadow Lord's echo. He was a being of pure hatred. Well, I could have figured that out from his lines of dialogue. Responsible for bringing about the Crystal War. I was part of the company that would eventually bring his reign of terror to an end. You helped defeat the Shadow Lord? Meaning Alzal must have been there with her, but I don't remember ever hearing about that. In any case, I will hold on to the electrope. We should hurry back and speak with the Landsguard. Excuse me, but were you speaking of the Shadow Lord just now? Maybe. If there's more you wish to know, perhaps I can be of help. I've heard a great many tales of... Wait. Okay, no, never mind. Tales of the fiend from the bards who frequent the taverns here in Juneau. I've been waiting over yonder near the fountain for my companions to arrive, but you're welcome to speak with me until they do. So is he going to give a bunch of Final Fantasy XI backstory? Or is it just to recount the tales of these quests? A most welcome offer, though there is much to be said for a first-hand encounter with an echo in question. Perhaps we can revisit these tales another time, after we've made certain no more treasure hunters can readily gain entry. Let's return to Tuliolol and speak with the Landsguard. Brilliant. Come and meet us at Bright Plume Post. Alright, let's head on up back to Tuliolol and wrap this one up. It's 1,000 gil? Why is this 1,000 gil? If I literally just go outside, it'll be cut in half. I don't think it matters. Still got some Aetheryte tickets left. Where am I going? Oh, yeah, that's the Landsguard place. I keep thinking that area down there is the Landsguard place, but it's not. Alright, Buckle Jaja, where are you? Oh, I see him over there. I was hoping a few of the Landsguard would be here already. The Landsguard all appear to be well trained and well armed. I dare say they would be a match even for our soldiers back home. Once again, we're left with nothing but time on our hands until Surrealjaw shows himself. I suppose there's no shortage of work to be done if we ask the Landsguard. You may be better served exploring Tyrol, familiarizing yourself with the land. It wouldn't do to find oneself lost when you're needed most. An honest-to-God adventure! What a great idea! You're coming with me, Alzal, and don't you dare say you're not interested. Any self-respecting adventurer would jump at a chance like this. I'll not deny the suggestion piques my interest. We warn you now, though. The wilds of Troll are rife with danger. It is no place for the unprepared. Well, she clearly demonstrated that she can fight. I welcome the challenge. Ha ha ha. I can hardly count the number of times Vanitiel's been visited by some world-ending calamity. But no matter how dire things may have seemed, we always found a way through, together, because JRPG. This'll be no different, I'm sure of it. There's nothing we can't do as long as we have each other, because JRPG. A band of adventurers barely met, united in the face of great peril, just like old times. Are adventurers always so sentimental? Well, some of them. Is that a so terrible thing? Ah, here he is. The moment we learn anything about Sir Roljaw's movements, I've asked him to contact you. And by that I mean he's gonna have a blue quest marker above his head. And that's the end of the quest. There's going to be one more cutscene, you know, meanwhile. Meanwhile, in the echo of Tulia. This is going to be the second one. I saw that the third one's going to be in 7.5 is going to be Windurst. I don't remember what this one was. Gahaha! Soon we will slaughter them all. Is that not so, Sir Realjaw? Soon, my Dawn servant. Very soon. Then there shall be none to stop you from taking your rightful place on the throne. What? That doesn't sound like them. How fortunate for me, he lacks the wisdom of the true Dawn servant. Oh, okay, that makes more sense. But if he will be made fit to rule, I must choose the echoes carefully. The Shadow Lord showed promise, but Vanadiel is a land of rich history, and by that we mean we have like 12 expansions to draw on. I needn't settle for those who are but a blink of an eye on the annals of history. With the strength of the ancients, I will bring Tyrol, no, the whole world to its knees. You know, that's kind of stuff that evil villains say. Then again, this isn't the kind of guy who would go, are we the baddies? Alright, that wraps it up. Finished off the first leg of the Alliance raids. I'm glad we didn't have too much of a trouble glad there wasn't too much trouble with getting into the fight, because for a second there, because we waited for like 7 minutes in queue, and then I was hoping it wasn't going to end up being like the Shadow of Warlit, where I basically couldn't make videos of those because I couldn't find anyone to do them with. Anyway, that's gonna be all for today. And I think that wraps up the last of the 7.1 content that I wanted to get through. So I need to go and make my list of 7.2 content to do. Yep, I gotta figure that out now. Obviously there's MSQ, so I'll just note that down real quick. Why is that one 1 and then the other one's 3? Because this is supposed to be 2, that's why. Okay, well that's gonna be all for today. Hope you had a good time. And next time we're gonna probably do 7.2. I need to double check that. I'm pretty sure we're gonna start 7.2. But until next time, goodbye.